Mark Twain once wrote, "Man is the only animal that blushes, or needs to." Blushing is a uniquely human reaction, one that stems from our high level of self-awareness. But babies don't blush. It's something they have to learn. Does human life only truly begin when we become self-conscious? Philippe Rochat is a child psychologist at Emory University. He has spent his career embarrassing himself in the name of science.
So if I have my sticker on the forehead and I see people giving me looks, okay, I'm going to start to be unsettled and concerned. I mean, something is wrong about myself. I think that to be human is to be concerned about reputation. At the psychological and cultural level, life begins indeed in human with the emergence of self-consciousness, blushing, embarrassment, and shame.
Humans have developed a social brain. We are the only species that do things like wear clothes and jewelry. Monkeys don't wear makeup. We are the only species that is profoundly concerned with how the world sees us. According to Philippe, only when a child develops this concern is he fully human and psychologically alive.
Okay, come.
Philippe is the head of the Emory Infant and Child Lab, where he is trying to detect when children become aware of how they are perceived by the world.
You can sit here.
He says a first sign is when a child feels the pressure to go along with a crowd. Meet 1-year-old Booker.
Hey, Booker, we're gonna play.
Philippe and Booker's mother have pink stickers on their foreheads.
Look, this is goo-goo. So we create this social norm. Then we place the mark on the kid's head, unbeknownst to him, surreptitiously. And we look at the child's reaction when he sees that he, too, has a mark on the forehead.
If Booker's brain has developed an awareness of what other people think of him, he will leave the sticker on his head to fit in with the others. But Booker is more concerned with getting the pesky sticker off his head than he is with fitting in.
Okay, kid, are you comfortable there? Huh?
But when Philippe tries the same test on 4-year-old Caden, he gets a very different reaction.
Caden basically freezes in front of his own image. He noticed that we all have a sticker on the forehead, and he leaves the sticker on. So there's this idea of conformity. They care about their own image and self-presentation. This is something that emerged by 2 to 3 years of age.
It's a big milestone. But Philippe's research has shown that even a 3-year-old is not yet fully self-aware. There is still another level of psychological development to reach.
Okay, look, I have some cups here. I think they're beautiful.
This is 4-year-old Sydney.
I'm going to build something with them.
Sydney watches as Philippe builds what he is calling the most beautiful sculpture in the world.
Whoa, but it's very fragile, huh? I'm not sure it's going to hold, but I'm going to get some glue to put the cups together. So don't touch it, okay? I'll be right back.
As Sydney patiently waits for Philippe to return with glue to secure the precious work of art, Philippe secretly pulls a transparent fish wire that is connected to a bottom cup.
And the question is to what extent the child will show concern that he's going to be seen as responsible for the collapsing of the sculpture.
Sydney is not fazed by the tragic collapse because he does not care if he looks like the culprit.
Everything okay? What happened? Did you touch it?
No.
He is not concerned with how Philippe will perceive him. When Philippe plays the same trick on 5-year-old Milo,
That was scary.
he takes action and tries to rebuild the pyramid before Philippe returns.
And what we've seen with Milo and other 5-year-olds is the great concern about how they're going to be perceived and judged, which is a huge step in the development of consciousness.
Philippe's tests chart the development of a fully conscious brain. Just as a fetus develops in stages from a single cell to a baby over the course of 9 months, consciousness in the brain grows in stages too. Philippe believes consciousness comes to full term after about 5 years.
What happened?
It has grown by itself.
How is that possible?
And to him, it's the mark of when we are truly alive.
Why don't we put it back together? Okay. What it means to be alive, I think it's not to be a robot and not to be a machine. To be alive is more than sensing the world, but to be alive is to feel the world.
To say that a child's life does not begin until he becomes self-conscious has radical implications. A 4-year-old is not alive, but a newborn piece of machinery might be, if it can think on its own.